Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel. Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is a Franchise Stars Baseball League broadcast, the Game of the Week, coming to you live from Tiger Stadium as the Colorado Rockies come in to visit the Detroit Tigers. The Rockies come in at 9-11, the Tigers 9-13, both teams trying to get themselves to 500 before this opening month of the season ends. It is April 24th, a Sunday in year one of the FSBL. These two teams have split the first two games of this series, the Tigers winning the opener in a 10-8 slugfest, the Rockies winning game 2 4-2. It is an overcast day here in Detroit, Michigan. Getting the start for the Tigers, Mark Fidrych. Fidrych slow out of the gate this season. 0-4, a 4.03 ERA, so his ERA is not terrible by any means. The Tigers' offense has struggled to open up this season. Fidrych has gotten virtually no run support. Not that he has pitched great. Lots of contact. He doesn't walk many. He doesn't strike out many. And so far, he has just allowed more contact than the Tigers' offense has been able to compensate for. Here's Kaz Matsui leading things off for the Rockies. Good start for Matsui, batting .302 to open the year. Lays down a bunt. Inge charges. Bare hand play. Throw to first. Close one to Matsui. Beats it out. We are underway here, and the Rockies started off with a base runner. Perfect bunt here by Matsui. Waits no time. Inge comes in. Made a fine play. Just Matsui gets down that line quickly, particularly from the left-hand side. So that'll bring up Todd Helton. Helton batting .283 over the opening 3 weeks and change of the season. First pitch from Fidrych, ground ball to short. Trammell's not going to have a play at second. Matsui was on the go, so the only play is to first. Helton is retired. Matsui moves up to second, and we have one away. Line up for the Rockies: Matsui, Helton, Matt Holliday, Larry Walker, Carlos Gonzalez, Troy Tulowitzki, the struggling Dante Bichette, Vinny Castilla, and Chris Iannetta. I'm not really sure what the Rockies are thinking playing the defensively challenged Dante Bichette in center field today. That could be an adventure. Here's Matt Holliday. Holliday batting .321. You would think at that point you would DH Bichette, play Carlos Gonzalez in center field. Not that Gonzalez was a great outfielder, but he was better than Bichette. Line drive here, base hit in the center. Matsui's going to come around to score. Throw goes into second, and the Rockies, 3 batters in, are on Mark Fidrych for a 1-0 lead. Matt Holliday, who has swung the bat well in the early going, comes right back through the box here. So that'll bring up Larry Walker. Walker batting .338. Colorado very aggressive so far. Again, first pitch swinging. Walker drives this one into the gap. That's going to be extra bases. We'll see if they wave Holliday around third, and they do. Here comes the relay throw home. The play at the plate, it is not in time. Holliday gets in for the run. The Rockies have a 2-0 lead. 5 pitches into the game. 4 batters. Walker turns that one around into the gap. So Colorado's game plan clearly to try to jump on Fidrych. You know he's going to be around the plate, and they are being ultra aggressive here in the early going. Fastball to Gonzalez misses up high. Gonzalez comes in batting .358, riding an 8-game hitting streak. The Rockies' offense has been terrific to start off the season, as many people expected. The pitching is what's in question. If they can hold the opposition to 2 runs like they did to the Tigers yesterday, they'll come up with plenty of victories as this season goes on. Tough row to hoe, though, for the Rockies, being in the division with the Giants and the Dodgers. Nice change up there from Fidrych. He's ahead of Gonzalez now, 1-2. Fastball misses up high. 2-2 the count. Fidrych looks in, gets the sign. Line shot into right field. Caught. Nice job by K-Line. K-Line got a good read on that one. Gets the throw into third. No attempt to tag up there. So 2 men down. Here's Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki batting .275. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in for Tulo. Fastball, runner goes. Throw to third, and they get him. No, he's safe. It looked like the throw beat Walker. But Walker slips in around it. That looked like a pretty good solid throw and a good tag from Inge. Close play, but Walker gets the hand in. Larry Walker runs fairly well, but not a speed merchant by any means. That's only his 3rd stolen base of the season. But they saw something that they liked there, and they got aggressive. So the Rockies playing very aggressively here in the first, at the plate and on the bases. 1-1 the count to Tulowitzki. Fidrych misses down low, counts 2-1. That one up the middle, base hit Tulowitzki. Walker will come in to score, and the Rockies have started this game off with a 3-0 lead here in the first inning. And Fidrych 0-4 through his first 4 starts. He has been below average, but he hasn't been terrible by any means. But they are pounding him here in this first inning. Just solid line drives all over the place. Here's Dante Bichette. Bichette 155. Pretty much the only Rockies bat who's not off to a good start. 2 homers, 8 RBIs for Bichette. Breaking ball, ground ball to short. Trammell has it. He'll go the short way. And the inning is over. But the Rockies open things up. 3 runs on 4 hits. An aggressive approach against Fidrych pays off. We head to the bottom of the first. Rockies 3, Tigers coming up. On the mound for the Rockies, Pedro Astacio. Astacio 0-2, a 6.64 ERA through his first 4 starts. He's suffered a bit of the same fate as Fidrych, although to more of an extreme. He's only walked 1 batter so far, but he's only struck out 11. Astacio's been around the plate and has paid for it. This one turned around. Line foul. Cito Polanco leads the Tigers in hits, batting an even .300 to open the year. Pitch from Astacio. Check swing. They say he held up. 1-1 count to Polanco. Slider misses low and away, 2-1. Tigers yet to find their groove. Polanco down the right field line. That's slicing foul, though. Polanco, slick fielder. Solid hitter, not much pop, but Astacio pulls the string on that one. Terrific changeup from Astacio. Gets Polanco to swing over it. 1 man down. Bottom kind of dropped out of that changeup. Nice pitch from Astacio. Polanco way out in front and over it. Here's Barney McCoskey. McCoskey off to a good start this year, batting .329. Fastball up and in to start him off. 1 home run, 3 RBIs for McCoskey. Tigers going with the old school unis today. Breaking ball. Misses down low, 2-0. Here you see McCoskey swinging a hot bat right now, 8 for his last 16. McCoskey lines this one the other way. That's going to get down for a base hit in front of Holiday. So McCoskey lines an opposite field single. Tigers have their first base runner. 2 batters in, and we'll see if the heart of the Tigers order can chip away at the deficit. Here's Al Kaline. Kaline only batting .247 so far. Again, it is April 24th. So we are still in the early part of the season. Year 1 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League project that I have developed for MLB The Show 22. This 40-man roster is up in the vault, if you care to download it. Kaline pulls this one down the left field line, but foul. Again, if you are new to the concept here, every team had a 100-player pool of their best players in history, a random generator. Kaline lines this one to second for the out. Matsui right there, though. 2 men down. See forget the uniform glitch there, but the Tigers line up Polanco, McCoskey, and Kaline, Tettleton, Northrup, and Horton, York, Trammell, surprisingly batting down in the 8-hole, and Brandon Inge batting 9th. So the roster is up there. Each team here has this is just the 40-man rosters that were picked at random from the 100-player pool for each team. Those remaining 60 guys will be added to the project through drafts in subsequent years. It's going to be 3 or 4 players plus a Negro League player in each amateur draft. And that will kind of populate the rosters. Again, this was built with having longevity in mind. Wanted to play out like a real kind of franchise through the years kind of setup. It's a little bit different than your typical all-time roster projects that tons of people, myself included, have done in the past. A little bit of a twist here. Astacio gasses Tettleton, and the side is retired. So Detroit leaves a runner on. We head to the top of the second. Rockies 3, Tigers nothing. Here's Vinny Castilla, another hot Rockies bat. Early in the year, .333, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. Fidrych trying to overcome a shaky first, see if he adapts to Colorado's aggression. Castilla swings first pitch, deep into left center, going back, laying out Barney McCoskey. What a grab! Oh, Barney McCoskey gets a terrific jump on this ball. That is extra bases if he doesn't get there, but McCoskey lays out for a heck of a grab in the gap to rob Vinny Castilla. Tip of the hat from Fidrych. Good ovation from the crowd, appreciating that one. Another first pitch swing, popped up in foul ground. Lands in foul territory before York can get there. There's Iannetta. Now, after fouling that one off as well, in the hole 0-2. Fidrych deals. Ground ball to short. Trammell is there. Easy throw over to first. And there's 2 men down.
Now batting, second baseman, Matsui.
So the order rolls over. Here's Matsui. Matsui bunted for a base hit and scored his first time up. Fidrych looking in and deals. Fastball misses up high. Matsui 1 for 4 with a double in the win yesterday. Again, swinging a good bat early in the year for Colorado. Pulls this one in the hole. Ranging to his left. Nice play by Polanco. 1-2-3 inning for Fidrych after the difficult first as the side is retired. We head to the bottom of the second. Rockies 3, Tigers nothing. Northrup, Horton, and York coming up for Detroit. So in steps Jim Northrup, 206 on the season, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Tigers got a runner on in the first, but left them stranded. Northrup swings first pitch, fly ball out to right. Walker there for the 2-handed grab, and there's 1 away.
Batting 6, the left fielder.
So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Here's Willie Horton. Horton at 229, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. As we mentioned, the Tigers struggling a little bit out of the gate. 9-13 on the year. Fastball misses up high. Pitch from Astacio. Fastball at the knees, in there for a called strike. And you see our umpire crew for the day. So you know who to yell at if you're unhappy. Fastball up high. Horton turns it around. Line drive into center. But a diving grab. Dante Bichette. Now a better center fielder gets to that ball with no issue. Bichette, that looks like a fantastic grab, and it's a nice catch, but that's Bichette being limited by range. They only had to go 40 feet to get to that ball, but still a nice play for Dante Bichette, who still is inexplicably out in center field. Bichette, generally a train wreck out in the outfield, and I say that kindly. Here's Rudy York, 256 to open the year, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Breaking ball way out in front of that awkward swing there from York. Astacio's ahead of him 0-2. I do not set the positions, and once I just leave, the computer does that as York swings and misses there. So Astacio, the 1-2-3 inning there with a little bit of defensive help, we'll head to the third. Rockies still hold a 3-0 lead. The lineups are assigned, by the computer manager, AI, whatever. It doesn't really make sense for me to set them because the computer will always reset them, and I'm not going to go through and manage 30 teams. So there are a few, for the most part, I think that the AI does a pretty good job with the lineups, but there are certain things, particularly defensive-wise, something like that, like with Bichette. Dante Bichette should not be in center field. So you've got something there where Bichette, and he's rated poorly defensive-wise because he was a poor defender. A bad defender can make an occasional good play, but he's a bad defender, because that one is lined into left for a base hit by Helton. But what you really should be doing there, what would make sense from the Rockies lineup standpoint, would be Bichette being the designated hitter, and then you probably could put Larry Walker in center, but I think Carlos Gonzalez played more center there in his career than Larry Walker did, and Walker is a Gold Glove right fielder, so no reason to move him. Tapper out to Inge, only plays to first. Holiday is thrown out, and there's one away. But it really should be Bichette at DH, Carlos Gonzalez playing center field for the Rockies, if that's the way they would decide to go. So here's Larry Walker. Walker an RBI double his first time up. Great start to the season for Walker. He also scored back in that 3-run first for the Rocks. Goes the other way. This is deep to left. Horton goes back at the wall. It's out of here. 2-run opposite field home run for Larry Walker. And Fidrych, after cruising through the second, gives up 2 more here in the third as his early season struggles continue. Walker's early season hot start also continues with the 2-run blast, and the Rockies have opened up a 5-0 lead here in the third. Well, like a curveball that just stayed up from Fidrych on the outside part of the plate, and Walker just went with it and drove it out. So here's Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 1. Goes after the high fastball, fouls it off. And one thing you'll find, again, I've done roster development. I mean, I did it on my own going back to Status Pro baseball growing up. But I mean, as far as stuff that was able to be shared with other people and whatnot, I've been doing it back since High Heat baseball. I don't know, it was 2002, 2003, whatever that was. I did MVP baseball. I did the official rosters for Out of the Park baseball way back when. Gonzalez hits this one deep to left. Horton goes back at the wall, tracks it down. Nice play, Willie Horton on the track. Gonzalez gives that one a good ride, trying to catch the same jet stream that Larry Walker's ball did. Here's Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki 1 for 1. RBI single for him, his first time up. But one thing that I do find when you kind of do these all-time kind of leagues is that pitchers who don't strike out a ton of guys tend to struggle because you've just got better hitters putting more bats on the ball and stuff like that. So seeing how Fidrych dances his way through that, especially in a game like this where you can't enter like ground ball percentages and stuff like that and really nuance it to that extreme. And again, Fidrych is getting lit up today, but his ERA was 4 coming into today, which in a Legends League especially, isn't a terrible ERA. The league ERA is probably mid to high 3s. But pitchers who pitch to contact a bit definitely struggle a bit more in these kinds of settings. 1-2 pitch to Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki yanks this one in the left. Horton gets a good read on it, though. Puts it away, and the side is retired. But Larry Walker, after doubling in the first, bangs out a home run here. The Rockies grow their lead to 5-0. Here's Alan Trammell. Trammell 275, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in for him. He steps in to face Pedro Astacio to open up the bottom of the third. Curveball in there for a called strike. Fastball at the knees. So Astacio mixing things up well. Trammell did not like that call, and he's letting the umpire know about it. Felt like that one was down low. Fastball misses away, 1-2 the count. Astacio deals again. Breaking ball, Trammell. They say he checked his swing, count 2-2. Fastball, Trammell goes the other way. Walker is there, though. Puts it away for the first out.
Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 15.
So one man down. Here's Brandon Inge. Inge batting .237. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in for him. Fastball. Puts it past him for strike 1. Inge has been whiffing a lot at the plate so far this season. 1-1 the count here. Speaking of whiffs, you can see the leaderboards cycling through the scroll there at the bottom of your screen. The American League strikeout leaders up on the board at the moment. We'll get to any out-of-town scores in a little bit. Another curveball from Astacio. That one misses outside. Count 2-2 to Inge. Down low, pulls the string on the changeup, and Inge swings over the top of it for the second out.
Number 14.
Strikeout there for Astacio. He is looking sharp today. He's keeping the ball down. Inge caught off balance there. Here's Placido Polanco. Polanco 0 for 1. Out into right field. Looper. Good read, though, by Matsui. Gets out there, pulls it in, and the side is retired. So Astacio continues to pretty much cruise. Bichette, Castilla, and Iannetta coming up for the Rockies. We head to the top of the 4th. Here's Bichette, grounded out his first time up. He is 0 for 8 in the series. His early season struggles continue. Came in batting .155. Again, this is April 24th of year 1 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. We did several opening night broadcasts, and from there on, we're basically going to do a Game of the Week broadcast. We'll do 2 Game of the Week broadcasts each real life week, Mondays and Wednesdays. And those will be basically the best game of that particular week's Sunday schedule. Up until the All-Star break, I want to make sure that every team gets seen at least once. And then once every team has been seen at least once on the channel, then I'm just going to pick whatever the best matchup is, I think, from there going the rest of the way. So that would get us through, 2 weeks per week of real time. So it takes, 2 weeks of real life to get through a month in the season. So that should get us through the season at a pretty decent clip. Get to the franchise element of this and the longevity element of this. This one is hit well to left. One hopper off the wall. Horton will get that in. But Dante Bichette with a much-needed double for him. That's his first double of the season. As he tries to get that bat rolling. That is a belt-high pitch in the middle of the plate, and that's also going to mean the end for Mark Fidrych. So the Tigers are going to try to figure out how to get Fidrych going. And the Rockies with a very aggressive approach against him today, and that seemed to pay off. Fidrych not walking anybody, but he's giving up plenty of hits. There is a chance that he's going to be replaced if Denny McLain gets things rolling. It is totally conceivable that McLain will replace Fidrych in the rotation. Just to give you an idea on ratings here, starting ratings in the league are based on career averages. And then their potentials are based on their peak 3 seasons. So you have a lot of cases where a guy who certainly had a better peak and a longer peak. I mean, obviously Fidrych's peak was great, but it was really only 1 year and change. So his potential is limited a little bit. But somebody who had a better career, I don't think you could argue against that Denny McLain had a better career than Fidrych did. Although McLain's peak wasn't overly long either. But so you'll see a guy who maybe had that better peak who'll start off a little bit below somebody he ultimately ended up being better than. But the way the potentials are set up, he will eventually overpass him. Like something with the Twins. It also affects pitchers who had a ton of longevity and maybe their late career numbers dragged their career averages down a bit. Somebody like a Jim Cott. So Cott has a fine peak because Jim Cott was a very good pitcher. But his starting ratings aren't great. So he actually starts off in the Twins bullpen. But again, everybody in this set starts off at 22 years old. So in the next couple of years, and maybe even sooner than that, Cott will eventually break into that Twins rotation and pitch to, closer to his peak than to his averages. Again, just trying to create an environment here where you have a full career kind of feel to it. Pitch in the dirt, runner tries to advance. Ill decision there by Dante Bichette. He is gunned down by Mickey Tettleton. Bichette, forgetting that he's slow, read that one terribly. That was a pitch in the dirt. Tettleton blocked it. Bichette clearly left as soon as that ball was in the dirt. And Tettleton made him pay for it. So 2 down. 2-1 count here to Chris Iannetta. Fouls that one off. Pitch from McLain. Iannetta goes down and gets it, loops it out in the left in front of Horton for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Iannetta. And a slider away, and Iannetta kind of reached out and turned it. That rolls the order over for the Rockies. Here comes Kaz Matsui. Matsui 1 for 2 at a bunt single his first time up. Later came around to score in that 3-run Rockies first. McLain looks into Tettleton for his sign. 0-1 pitch coming here. Matsui fouls off the high fastball. Count goes to 0-2. See Matsui swinging a hot bat, 324 over his last 8 games. Up over 300 for the season. That one down low, Matsui fouls it off towards the stands, down the left field line, and there will be a souvenir. So the count stays at 0-2. Pitch from McLean. Matsui fouls another one off, this one on the ground. Oh-2 pitch. Broken bat, back to McLean. Throws over to York at first, and the side is retired. So nothing doing for the Rockies after Bichette's double, but Bichette gets erased. As Matsui's bat gets erased too. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Rockies 5, Tigers nothing. So here's Barney McCoskey. McCoskey 3 for 5 in the series, 1 for 1 on the day. Also had a terrific play out in center field to rob Vinny Castilla earlier on. Fastball here misses. McCoskey homered in yesterday's ball game. Fastball, oh, that's a generous call. McCoskey not happy with that one. That one looked up and in. But the count gets even at 1 apiece. Curveball down in the dirt. 2-1. McCoskey loops this one out in the center. Bichette coming on. He is not going to get there. He fumbles it a bit, but not enough for McCoskey to take the extra base. That's a little more like the Dante Bichette we know. Yes, Astacio, only 39 pitches. He has struck out 4 through 3 innings of work. No walks, 2 hits allowed. That's only the second one. Here's Al Kaline. Kaline still looking to try to find his groove. He's 0 for 1 today. Fastball at the knees. Kaline 3 for 10 with a double in the series. Shot down the right field line. Well foul. Kaline does have 6 doubles already on the season. Pitch in the dirt. Runner holds. Good block there by Iannetta. 1-2 pitch. Kaline ground ball to second. Matsui comes in, flips it to Tulowitzki for the force. Turnover to first, not in time. Kaline able to beat it. That is a very tough double play ball. But they were able to clip the lead runner. That was a risky move there by Matsui. That was a chopper slowly hit out to him. But they did get it. They get the lead runner down. Here's Mickey Tettleton. Tettleton 0 for 1. Kaline now on first. 1 out. Fastball up and in. Tettleton swings and misses. Tettleton leads the Tigers to 21 runs batted in. Had a 3-homer game against the Royals, in which he drove in 6, if I remember correctly. Fastball there, swung on and missed 0-2. Fly ball out to left. Holiday is underneath it. Puts it away for the second out. Kaline over retreat to first.
The batter, number 9.
There you see the standings. White Sox on top of the AL Central. Twins a game out. Tigers only 4 games out. Nobody really kind of off to a great start in this division. The surprise, the slow start by the Cleveland Indians. Here you see the AL West. The A's, as predicted, leading that one. The Mariners, though, at 13-9, only 2.5 games out. The Angels are above 500 as well. Texas Rangers and Astros. The Astros being that bad has been surprising. Again, it's early in the season, but a 6-15 start for them. Not what you're expecting. Too early to talk about such things, but the Red Sox and Mariners hold the wild card spots at the moment. Toronto Blue Jays, a significant loss. Kelly Gruber breaking his arm a couple weeks ago. He will be out for a few months. And Gruber was off to a torrid start. That shot down the left field line, fouled off. Holiday can't get there. And you see those National League East standings. Mets bringing up the rear there. The Expos have been a surprise. The Cubs, who got off to a great start as Jim Northrup is hit there by Astacio. Cubs leading the NL Central. Pirates off to a slow start. They're kind of a weird team. Actually, their whole roster, they could be really good and they could be really bad depending on how things break. The Red Hot Giants, as this one is sent down the left field line for a double. There you see the Rockies in fourth, 6.5 games out. 1 run scores, second run comes around. The Tigers get a pair on the 2-run double from Willie Horton, his 4th double of the year. So Astacio's cruise control breaks for now. Horton gets the Tigers on the board as Detroit's going to try to chip away here. They cut the deficit down to 5-2. Here's Rudy York. Fastball, up and in. Misses for ball 1. Read the scores on the bottom yourself. We'll go through them next inning. Check in on that out-of-town scoreboard. Fastball to Horton to York, misses up high. This has kind of been epidemic with the Tigers so far this season. Rudy York, 167 with runners in scoring position. You'll see a lot of stats like that for this Tigers squad so far. They just have not been able to come up with the clutch hits. Two-one count to York, facing Astacio here. 5-2 Rockies, bottom of the 4th. Chopper down to 3rd. Castilla has it, throws over to Helton, and the side retires. But Willie Horton smacks the double, gets the Tigers 2 runs. We head to the top of the 5th. Rockies 5, Tigers 2. Okay, check. First inning as we look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Pirates and Cubs scoreless. Sam Lever and Claude Passot, the pitching matchup there. The Expos with a 5-2 lead on the Giants. Bryce Harper, 2 for 2. He's hit his 4th home run of the year. He's driven in 3 as well there. Reds hold the 3-1 lead on the Cardinals. Ray Blades has driven in the run for the Cardinals. George Foster has a pair of RBIs for the Reds. Fly ball out here for the first out in the top of the 5th. Coming up later, Mets and Diamondbacks, Cohn and Schilling, the pitching matchup there. Check out your American League leaders. Bernie Williams leading the American League in batting. Ken Griffey tied with him actually at 390. Reggie Smith, Brett Boone, and Ichiro Suzuki round out your top 5. Pitch here from McLean facing Holiday. Griffey Jr. leading the AL in home runs with 10. Mickey Tettleton, as we mentioned, had that 1-3 homer game. He's got 8. Jimmy Fox, Carlos Lee, and Tommy Henrich. Tommy Henrich, who hit 5 home runs in that opening 4-game set in Texas, has cooled off since then, but he's still among the leaders with 7. Oakland's Jimmy Fox leading the league in RBIs. You see Mickey Tettleton there, 2nd in the league with 21. Henrich tied with him at 21, as is Mark McGuire and Ken Griffey Jr. 1-1 count here as McLean works to Matt Holliday. Holliday 1 for 2. Ground ball down to first. Takes a nice little hop up for York. Stays with it. Takes it to the bag himself. 2 men down. Ricky Henderson leads the league in stolen bases with 14. Jacoby Ellsbury has 10. Ichiro Suzuki with 9, as does Chuck Knobloch. And Derek Jeter with 7. McLean working to Larry Walker. Walker 2 for 2. Lefty Grove leads the league and wins with 5. Reb Russell Jeff Zahn has 4 wins for the surprising Angels. CC Sabathia and Ed Lopat of the Yankees, both of them have 4 as well. Walker turns that one around, pulls it foul. ERA leader Cy Young leads the way at 0.92. He has been terrific. Lefty Grove at 1.1. Camilo Pascual of the Twins, 1.15. Pedro Martinez, 1.34. George Uhl of the Indians at 1.53. 1-2 pitch, misses high and outside to Walker, 2-2. And you see your strikeout leaders, Pedro Martinez, Sam McDowell, Lefty Grove, Bert Blyleven, and Rube Waddell. Your top 5 in the American League. Full count pitch here, McLean to Walker. Walker lines that one towards the gap. That's extra bases. They were playing him to pull. Walker's got some room to run. McCoskey goes, retrieves it at the wall. Walker's going for third. He's going for the triple. The cutoff man is missed, and Walker will be in there with a stand-up triple, his first of the year. He now needs only a single for the cycle. So Larry Walker having quite a day here for the Rockies. As here National League leaders, Philadelphia's Sherry McGee leads the league in hitting at .427. Zach Wheat at .420, Kristen Yelich at .409, Ronald Acuna at .408. So 4 guys in the National League still over the 400 clip here in late April. Sliding Billy Hamilton at .397. Your home run leaders, Willie Stargell, and in a surprise, Lucas Duda. Now Duda, of course, has power, and he's hitting for a low average, so you don't figure that Duda's home run numbers are going to stick. Willie Mays and Johnny Mize and McGee all have 8. That one flown out to center. McCoskey pulls it in, and the side is retired. Walker stranded at third. We are midway here in Detroit, heading to the bottom of the 5th. Rockies lead the Tigers 5-2. So here's Alan Trammell stepping in. Trammell flew out his first time up. Check out the National League RBI leaders. Gabby Hartnett with 24. Mize and Walker with 21. Willie Mays with 19. Bryce Harper with 18 entering the day, though as we mentioned, he does have a couple in today's game. Mark Kotsay, I gotta check that. They must be just running him a lot, because Mark Kotsay was not a huge base stealer. Mark Kotsay is actually leading the National League in stolen bases right now. I gotta do a double check of that, just to make sure there's not a ratings typo there. I mean, Kotsay probably stole double-digit bases a few times, but... Shot down the line, extra bases. It is a lead-off double for Alan Trammell. So the Tigers will continue to try to scrape their way back into this game. Trammell gets them off to a good start there, here in the bottom of the 5th. You see your ERA leaders in the National League. Clayton Kershaw leading the way there. Joe McGinnity, Javier Vasquez. The Expos have just gotten terrific pitching to start off this season. Randy Johnson and Robin Roberts, your top 5. This one down the line. Hangs up, though. Holiday gets there. Runner tagging in the 3rd. Safely is Alan Trammell. The National League strikeout leaders, John Smoltz, Tim Keefe, tied for the league lead. Kid Nichols of the Braves, David Cone, and Max Scherzer. Again, we mentioned that Expos pitching staff. Scherzer, Strasburg, Javier Vasquez, Steve Rogers. The top 4 there, and Jeff Reardon. There you see the Terminator leading the National League in saves with 10 here in the opening month. So Astacio will now try to keep the Tigers from getting closer again. Here's Placido Polanco. As we mentioned earlier, runners in scoring position have been a problem for the Tigers this year. Polanco batting 176 with runners in scoring position. He's ahead here 2-0, though, against Astacio. That one pulled foul. Two and 1 the count. Shot the other way. Nice pick by Helton. Helton throws across to try to double him up. Trammell gets back, though. A nice play there by Todd Helton down at first. 2 men away. Astacio getting a little bit of defensive help. Here's Barney McCoskey. McCoskey 2 for 2, a pair of singles. Fastball misses down low. McCoskey 0-56 with runners in scoring position. Good job by the guys in the stat truck giving me the relevant info. Fly ball to left. Holiday right there, though, puts it away, and the side is retired. So the leadoff double from Trammell produces nothing. We head to the top of the 6th. Rockies 5, Tigers 2. Here's Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki 1 for 2. Denny McLain staying in for the Tigers. He's done a fine job in relief. Perhaps auditioning to get himself into the rotation. .1-0 pitch, fouled straight back. Tulowitzki barely getting a piece of that. Shot out to left into the gap. That's going to be extra bases. To the wall it goes. McCoskey retrieves it, gets the throw in. Will be a double, though, to start things off here. Tulowitzki on second to open things up in the 6th. Check some news from yesterday's games. That's a big one there. Gaylord Perry with a complete game shutout against the vaunted A's offense. Gaylord Perry has been horrible to start off this season for the Rangers. So that was a big start for him and for Texas. The bottom of that Rangers rotation has actually pitched well, but both Perry and Yu Darvish have been poor to say the least through their opening few starts. Checking around the league, Royals and Mariners will play later on. Kevin Appier and James Paxton will do battle there. The Indians breaking out against the Yankees today in the 6th, 9-2. Mickey Brantley has 3 hits and a home run in that game. Roger Maris is homered for the Yankees. Red Sox up on the Rays 3-0 in the 6th. I think I said Michael Brantley is what I meant there. Astros hold a 2-1 lead over the Blue Jays as Bichette goes down. His struggles at the plate continue, although he did have that double earlier on. Here's Vinny Castilla, 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. White Sox and Twins in an AL Central matchup. They're deadlocked at 1 in the 3rd. Eddie Collins has an RBI for the White Sox. Larry Heil, his 4th home run of the year for the Twins. Marlins up over the Braves 1-0 in the 6th. Dan Uggla, his 2nd home run of the year, the only run so far in that game. Pitch there, ground ball fouled off by Castilla. So 1 out, man on second. McLean ahead of Castilla 0-2 here. You see the Expos still holding that 5-2 lead on the Giants. Reds still lead the Cardinals 3-1. Breaking ball in there, called strike 3. Vinny Castilla does not seem to agree with the call. Umpire doesn't seem to care. That's a nice pitch by Denny McLean. Castilla goes down. Completely locked up. Nice pitch there by McLean, who is acquitting himself well in relief here for the Tigers today, trying to give them a chance to get back in this. Fastball high in the zone, fouled straight back by Iannetta. Iannetta 1 for 2. Single in the 4th, his first hit of the series. Fastball up high. Iannetta pops it up. Foul ground going towards the stands. It's going to get out of play. So 0-2 count here to Iannetta. Fastball misses inside. Pitch from McLean. Slider away. Gets him. So nice job there. Denny McLean sets the Rockies down. Leaves the runner stranded on second. This uniform thing, God, it's going to tick me off. Every single broadcast I'm going to gripe about it because it's so stupid that SDS missed it. The company that develops MLB The Show. But here's Al Kaline leading things off. Bottom of the 6th for the Tigers.
The right fielder, number 6.
Kaline 0 for 2. Again, just trying to get himself going. Pedro Astacio still on the mound for the Rockies at 65 pitches here to start the bottom of the 6th. That one down in the dirt, so Astacio behind Kaline 2-0. Gotta fix Astacio's face a bit. He's got a little bit of a sucked on a lemon thing going on with his mouth there. I gotta address. Kaline chops one down to third. Castilla, with the play, throws it over to first, one down. Kaline just not driving the baseball right now. Here's Mickey Tettleton 0 for 2. And second in the league in RBIs. Behind the A's, Jimmy Fox. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit for Tettleton.
The batter, number 9.
So Tettleton puts one hard back up the middle. Gives the Tigers a base runner here. Good piece of hitting to go down and get that one by Mickey. So here's Jim Northrup. Northrup 0 for 1. One out, runner on first, bottom of the 6th. Rockies hold a 5-2 lead over the Tigers. First pitch fastball to Jim Northrup, in for a called strike. Northrup 0 for 1. He was also hit by a pitch and scored on the Horton double. Astacio deals. Curveball inside. Misses the mark, 1-1. Fastball up the middle. Ranging, can't make the play. Runner will hold up at second. Bichette's throw in, but nobody going anywhere.
The left fielder, number 23. Willie.
So up the middle, Matsui ranging to his right, unable to come up with it. So now here's Willie Horton. Horton was up with first and second his last time up and stroked a 2-run double down the left field line. 1 for 2 on the day. Fastball high in the zone, but gets the called strike. Jose Jimenez and Rex Brothers throwing in the Rockies bullpen. Pitch, Horton fouls it back. So 1-2 count to Willie Horton. Pitch, ground ball down the line. That's a fair ball. Runner comes around. 1 run's going to score. Throw goes into third. Heads up play, Matt Holliday. Knew he didn't have a play at the plate. Northrup tries to go to third, and Holliday throws it straight to third to Castilla. They get Northrup. The run does score. But that is a heads-up play in the field by Matt Holliday. Northrup tries to go first to third there, to no avail. Horton has his third of RBI of the day. The Tigers have trimmed what was a 5-0 deficit to 5-3. But they now do have 2 outs. Here's Rudy York. York 0 for 2. Fastball misses inside. 1-1 the count. Shot out to left, right at Holliday. Puts it away, and the side is retired. But the Tigers have scraped their way back into this game. We head to the top of the 7th. We are 2/3 of the way through. Matsui, Helton, and Holliday coming up for the Rockies. They lead the Tigers 5-3. So top of the 7th for the Rockies, who have seen their 5-0 lead, trimmed to 5-3. Denny McLain still on. He has done a terrific job in relief of Mark Fidrych here in this one, keeping the Tigers in it. Ground ball topped out to second. Quick throw by Polanco gets Matsui for the first out.
Now batting, number 17.
Again, the expectation is that McLain will, at some point down the line, end up in this Tigers rotation. Just a matter of when. Well-regarded prospect. Here's Todd Helton. Helton 1 for 3. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. 0-1 count as McLain works to Helton here. Both teams under 500 here a few weeks into the season. Helton fouls this one down the left field line. In the hole now, 0-2. Trying to get themselves back to the 500 mark. We've split the first 2 games of this 3-game set here at Tiger Stadium. Fastball from McLain misses up high. Counts now 1-2. Fastball, that one down low. Helton won't offer at that either. Count goes to 2-2. McClain offers. Helton up the middle. That's a base hit. So Todd Helton, with a 1-out single here in the top of the 7th, gets the Rockies a base runner.
The left fielder, number 5.
Breaking ball down and in. Helton stays with it. Hits it up the middle. Trammell can't get there. So here's Matt Holliday. Holliday's 1 for 3. High fastball, fly ball. Easily playable for Horton. He's camped out underneath it. Plays it back in. Obviously no tag up attempt on that short fly ball. 2 men down.
Larry Walker.
So here comes Larry Walker, and Walker has had himself quite a day. A double, a triple, a home run, 3 for 3, a single away from the cycle. Here's the first pitch from McClain. Walker fouls it off. McClain looks in. Fastball. That's a high strike call there. Walker shakes his head but doesn't say anything. Goes in the hole 0-2. McClain gets the sign from Tettleton and delivers. Slash the other way. That's going to get down. That's a base hit for Walker. Horton tracks it down. Runner around third. Here comes the relay home. Play at the plate. Great relay, and he's out at home. So Helton, they tried to force Detroit to make the play there, and they do. Perfect relay. Horton to Trammell to Tettleton. Tettleton, close play there. Helton almost got that hand in. They say Tettleton got the tag on the wrist. There is no challenge. Head to the bottom of the 7th. Rockies still lead it 5-3. Trammell 1 for 2 with a double, 4 for 11 in the series. Swung on and missed, 0-2 the count. That one looped out into right. Falls in front of Walker. Trammell dunks in a leadoff single here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 15.
So I'm going to bring up Brandon Inge. Inge 0 for 2. I don't really sweat such things, but I do want to go and give a check on some of the uniform numbers. I feel like guys who are, Hall of Famers or borderline Hall of Famers should be able to keep their uniform number in the case of conflict with somebody else. Base hit there into center. Trammell going for third. Bichette's throw not nearly in time. First and third for the Tigers, threatening here in the bottom of the 7th. Trammell's number has gotten shifted all the way to 12, so I don't know who else is wearing 3. I got to take a look at that, but I feel like Trammell should get to keep his number. So Astacio's day is done. He has given the Rockies a very solid start, but he will give way to the bullpen. Six innings, 3 runs. Although the 2 on base are on Astacio's ledger, it'll now be up to Jose Jimenez trying to get him out of it. Jimenez has only thrown 2/3 of an inning in 2 appearances. He has allowed a run. Runners at the corners. Here's Placido Polanco. Sinker misses inside, 1-0. Polanco lined out his last time up. He's 0 for 3. Looks in. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Changeup outside, 2-1 the count. So the Tigers trying to complete a comeback here. They trailed this game 5-0. They were down 3-0 in the first. Mark Fidrych struggled mightily today. But the Tigers have scraped their way back into this game and now have the tying runs on base here with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 count here as Jimenez works to Polanco. Fastball misses outside. Count is full. Barney McCoskey waits on deck. Pitch from Jimenez. Ground ball. Foul outside the third base. Count stays full. Again, runners at the corners. Jimenez delivers. Polanco, line drive caught. Nice job, Vinny Castilla. Trammell gets back into the bag. But a big play from Castilla to save a run there. That ball hit on the screws. But there's one away. Here's Barney McCoskey. McCoskey 2 for 3, a pair of singles. 4 for 7 in the series with a homer. Pitch from Jimenez. That one fouled off into the seats. 0-1 the count. McCoskey now at 0-53 with runners in scoring position so far this season. Early in the season, still a terrible stat. Jimenez catches one at the knees there on the outside corner. He's ahead of McCoskey 0-2. If you're the Tigers, you cannot let this situation go by the wayside without something. Pitch there in the dirt, blocked by Iannetta. Runners will hold. Nice block there by Chris Iannetta. One-two pitch from Jimenez. Fastball, McCoskey pops it up, shallow left. Going out for it, Tulowitzki makes the play out in shallow left. Trammell can't tag, runner gets back to first. And after first and third and nobody out, Jose Jimenez has come in, gotten 2 men, and now it's up to Al Kaline. We've talked about Kaline's early season struggles so far. This would be a great time for him to break out. Fly ball to right field, going into the seats in foul territory. Struggle with runners in scoring position has caught Kaline this year too, only 192. Pitch from Jimenez. Fly ball out to right. Walker coming on. Makes the play and the side is retired. First and third with nobody out and the Tigers fail to get a run home. That is huge. Jose Jimenez gets the job done. We head to the top of the 8th. Rockies lead at 5-3. Coming in for the Tigers, Tom Timmerman. Timmerman 8 appearances on the year, a 2.84 earned run average. Here is Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 3.
Carlos Gonzalez.
Slider misses inside. 1-0. Gonzalez, I should say. 8-game hit streak on the line here. Fastball up high. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Out-of-town scoreboard, you saw there. Mets have a 3-0 lead in the first over the Diamondbacks. Carlos Beltran is taking Kurt Schilling deep for a 3-run shot, his 6th of the season. This one looped down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Blue base hit, going for 2, throw, in, and he's just in time. So Carlos Gonzalez runs his hit streak to 9 with a bloop base hit down the right field line. Gets in there for the double. Good aggressive base running by Carlos Gonzalez. Not a bad throw from Kaline, but Gonzalez busted it out of the box. Here's Troy Tulowitzki, 2 for 3. Fly ball into right center, going back on it. McCoskey tracks it down, makes the play. Gonzalez will tag up and move to third. So 1 out, Runner on third for the Rockies, threatening here in the top of the 8th. Holding a 5-3 lead, here's Dante Bichette. Bichette 1 for 3, doubled back in the 4th. His only hit of the series, he's 1 for 10. Lines that one the other way, slicing foul. Timmerman goes to the set. Tettleton sets up low. Timmerman goes up high, but swung on and missed. Michael Fulmer and Hank Aguirre throwing in the Tigers bullpen. Tigers got terrific relief out of Denny McClain after Mark Fidrych couldn't get out of the 3rd. This one down the third base line. Inge dives, knocks it down. Throw over to first, not in time. Runner does not come home. Had to hold up. Thought he might get hit by the ball. Almost a collision there between Inge and Gonzalez down to third. Nice play by Inge to save a run to knock that one down, though. 1 out, first and third. Here's Vinny Castilla. Castilla 0 for 3. Pitch from Timmerman. Shot up the middle. That's a base hit. Run will score, and the Rockies take a 6-3 lead. McCoskey's throw into third, nowhere's near in time. Castilla trails the throw and takes second. Ill-advised throw there by Barney McCoskey. And heads-up base running by Vinny Castilla. McCoskey going into the gap out in right center. That is just a tough throw to make there. So now it's second and third, 1 out. Here's Chris Iannetta. No, Bichette does not run well, but that was a very, very difficult play for McCoskey to try to make there. And it allows the trailing run to get to second base. Timmerman misses with the first pitch, 1-0. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Iannetta looking all the way there, 1-1. Fastball misses inside. So 2-1 here as Timmerman works to Iannetta in the top of the 8th. Rockies hold a 6-3 lead, 2 men on as they try to blow this one open. Iannetta fouls it off, though. Count goes to 2-2. Again, when the game was still 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th, Tigers got first and third, nobody out, and were unable to get anyone home. That looms large at the moment. Full count now as Timmerman works to Iannetta. Here's the pitch. Popped up, going towards the stands, down the right side, and foul. Timmerman again. Iannetta lines another one. This one down the right field line again, and again it goes foul. So good battle here. Iannetta fighting off pitches from Timmerman, full count. And he works out the walk as that slider misses low and away. So the order rolls over. Here's going to be Kaz Matsui. Matsui 1 for 4 with a bunt single and a run scored. The 1 for 4 day has dropped Matsui's average down below 300, down to 298. To Matsui. Shot down to first. Rudy York makes the play on the line drive. Iannetta dives back into first to avoid the tag. Nice play there by Rudy York for the second out. Low liner. York caught it on the fly. Here's Todd Helton. Helton 2 for 4. Inge, backhand play down the line, takes it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. But Vinny Castilla comes through with the RBI single to get the Rockies another run. We head to the bottom of the 8th here at Tiger Stadium. Rockies lead the Tigers 6-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your attention, please.
So coming in now, after Jimenez did a terrific job in the 7th, Scott Oberg. This will be his 7th appearance of the year. 0-1, a 7.36 earned run average, and 3 2/3 innings of work so far. Here's Mickey Tettleton. Tettleton 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Tigers have 6 outs with which to try to get a comeback. Fastball misses inside. Manny Corpus and Rex Brothers throwing in the bullpen. Brothers has been up for a while. See there in the scroll, Carl Crawford of the Rays. 2 hits to end an 0 for 23 streak that he had been mired in. Pedro Martinez with the complete game against the Rays yesterday. Tettleton turns that one around, smashes it but foul. As we mentioned earlier, Gaylord Perry, who had been terrible so far in the season, throws a complete game shutout against the A's of all people. Tettleton swings at that pitch, and it looks like the pitch hits him, but he missed it and swung, so Tettleton is retired. Yes, Tettleton swung at that pitch, and it hit him on the back leg. So Tettleton is down, adding insult to injury there. Here's Jim Northrup. Northrup 1 for 2. That's how you know you're fooled by a pitch. When you swing and miss at a pitch that hits you, especially when it's not hitting you like on the hands or the forearm, you have been fooled. Oberg ahead of Northrup, 0-2 here. The Red Sox have opened it up on the Rays. They're up 10-0. Jason Varitek, 3 RBIs and a homer in that game. Shot out here to center, right at Bichette. Puts it away for the second out. Jose Altuve has a 2-run homer for the Astros, who hold a 2-1 lead. White Sox and Twins still tied at 1 in the 5th. Eddie Collins, the RBI for the White Sox. Larry Heil, his 4th home run of the year. Solo shot for the Twins run. Here's Willie Horton. Horton 2 for 3. First pitch misses. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-1 count. Expos in the 8th have opened up their lead to 6-2 over the Giants. Expos have been very impressive in the early going. They're getting clutch hitting and they're pitching brilliantly. George Foster, 3 RBIs for the Reds, so they hold the lead. Horton, ground ball to first. Helton ranges, picks it, flips it over. Oberg covering, steps on the bag, and the side is retired. So we head to the 9th here in Detroit. Colorado leading the Tigers. Hank Aguirre will come in for Detroit. This will be his 9th appearance of the year. No record, a 5.14 earned run average for him. Here's Matt Holliday. Holliday 1 for 4, single and an RBI. He's also scored a run. Pitch there, screwball in the dirt, 1-0. So Aguirre will kind of try to keep this from getting worse. Give the Tigers an opportunity to try to come back in the bottom of the 9th. Fastball misses away, 2-0. Ground ball down to first. York flips to Aguirre, 1 away. Here's Larry Walker. Walker, 4 for 4. Homer, triple, 2 doubles. Ground ball down to third. So Walker, unable to get the cycle. If only he had held up on that double he hit his last time up. Here's Carlos Gonzalez, 1 for 4 on the day. 2 men down, screwball from McGuire, misses low and away. Popped up, shallow left, Trammell backs up onto the left field, outfield grass, puts it away, and the side is retired. So McGuire gets the job done. We head to the bottom of the ninth. York, Trammell, and Inge coming up for the Tigers as they try to rally from a 6-3 deficit.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for number 60.
Manny Corpus, 5 for 5 in save opportunities so far for the Rockies. This will be his 8th appearance of the year. 6.35 ERA despite those save numbers, though. So they've been able to touch him a bit. Here's Rudy York. York 0 for 3. Fastball taken for strike 1. Again, Detroit, when this game was 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th, had first and third, nobody out, were unable to get a run home. Their failure with runners in scoring position so far this season rearing its ugly head again. Pitch from Corpus. York pulls this one foul. 1-2 the count now. Here's the pitch. Slider tapped out to second. Matsui on the backhand throws to first and gets York one away. Nice play there by Matsui. So here's Alan Trammell. Trammell 2 for 3. Sinker misses low and inside. Trammell, single and a double today, 5 for 12 in the series. Swinging a good bat. Would like his teammates to join him. Trammell out in the right center. In the gap, on the run. Walker dives, makes the play. Oh, what a grab. Larry Walker, who is having just a terrific day here at Tiger Stadium. That is a lot of ground covered. Larry Walker, just an outstanding play out there in right to save, if at least a hit, if not an extra base hit for Alan Trammell. And the Tigers are down to their last out. Here's Brandon Inge. So Walker, 4 hits on the day, 2 doubles, a triple, and a homer. And a terrific play there in the field. If you think that he was just a product of the Colorado air, you weren't paying attention. Swung on and missed. Ball game is over, and the Rockies come into Detroit. They take 2 out of 3, finishing off the series with a 6-3 win. Pedro Astacio will get the win for the Rockies. Their bullpen did a terrific job. Jimenez, Olberg, and Corpus doing fine work. Mark Fidrych takes the loss. He goes to 0-5. Previously, again, he had not been great by any means. Came in with a 4.03 ERA, so not great, but certainly not terrible. Hadn't gotten much run support for this Tigers offense that has struggled thus far in the season. But today, Fidrych just had nothing. Too much plate. The Rockies very aggressive. See there. So it looks like they gave Walker a single on that last hit and said he took second on the throw. So Larry Walker actually ends up with the cycle in this one, and 3 RBIs, and makes that great play. So quite a day for Larry Walker, player of the game honors. Astacio wins his first of the year. Again, Fidrych goes to 0-5. Manny Corpus picks up save number 6. Yep. Yeah, they called it a single and then advancing on the throw for Walker, which I don't think is accurate. That ball was down the line. Larry Walker gets a double there anyway, but generous scoring gives him the cycle. And that will wrap things up for us here. So I thank you as always for joining me here, as you can check out the box scores there. So we wrap things up here from Detroit. Your final score: the Colorado Rockies 6, the Detroit Tigers 3. Our next FSBL broadcast will be Wednesday night. We will get our first look at Ken Griffey Jr. and the Seattle Mariners as they head to Miami to visit the Marlins. Pitching matchup there, if nothing changes, Scott Bankhead and Ricky Nolasco will be the pitching duel then. That'll do it here from Detroit. The Rockies with the 6-3 win to take 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. Thank you guys again for watching. Kindly like and subscribe if you have not as of yet. Also, check out and follow the Legend Sports Universe on Facebook. Lots of little smaller details, minutia from the LSU there. Be good to each other, guys, and we'll talk soon.